Ecclesiastes 1. The word of the teacher, son of David, king of Jerusalem. Meaningless, meaningless, says the teacher, utterly meaningless. Everything is meaningless. What does man gain from all his labor at which he toils under the sun? Generations come and generations go, but the earth remains forever. The sun rises and the sun sets, and hurries back to where it rises. The wind blows to the south and turns to the north. Round and round it goes, ever returning on its course. All streams flow into the sea, yet the sea is never full. To the place of the stream comes from, and there they return again. All things are wearisome, more than one can say. The eye never has enough of seeing, nor the ear its fill of hearing. What has been will be again, what has been done will be done again. There is nothing new under the sun. Is there anything of which one can say, "Look, this is something new"? It was here already, long ago. It was here before our time. There is no remembrance of man of old. And even those who are yet to come will not be remembered by those who follow. I, the teacher, was king over Israel in Jerusalem. I devoted myself to study and to explore my wisdom, all that is done under heaven. What a heaven-born God has laid on man. I have seen all the things that are done under the sun. All of them are meaningless, a chasing after the wind. What is twisted cannot be strengthened. What is lacking cannot be counted. I thought to myself, look, I have grown and increased in wisdom more than anyone who has ruled over Jerusalem before me. I have experienced much of wisdom and knowledge. Then I applied myself to the understanding of wisdom, and also of madness and folly. But I learned that this too is chasing after the wind. For with much wisdom comes much sorrow. The more knowledge, the more grief. 2. I thought in my heart, come now, I will test you with pleasure to find out what is good. But that also proved to me meaningless. Laughter, I said, is foolish, and what does pleasure accomplish? I tried cheering myself with wine, and embarrassing fully my mind with guiding with wisdom. I wanted to see what was worthwhile for men to do under heaven during the few days of their lives. I undertook a great project. I built houses for myself and planted vineyards. I made gardens and parks and planted all kinds of gardens, fruit trees in them. I made reservation of the water groves of the flourishing trees. I brought water male and female slave and had other slaves who were born in my house. I also owned more herds and flocks than anyone in Jerusalem before me. I amassed silver and gold for myself, and the treasure of the king and princes. I acquired men and women singers, and a harem as well, the delights of the heart of man. I became greater by far than anyone in Jerusalem before me. In all this, my wisdom stayed with me. I denied myself nothing my eyes desired. I refused my heart no pleasure. My heart took delight in all the work, and this was the reward for my labor. Yet when I served all that my hands have done, and what I had toiled to the achievement, everything was meaningless, a chasing after the wind. Nothing was gained under the sun. Then I turned my thus to consider wisdom, and also madness the folly. What more can the king's successor do than what has already been done? I saw that wisdom is better than folly, just as light is better than darkness. The wise man has eyes in his head, while the fool walks in the darkness. But I came to realize that the same fate overtakes them both. Then I thought in my heart, the fate of the fool is overtaken with me also. What then do I gain by being wise? I said in my heart, this too is meaningless. For the wise man, like the fool, will not be long remembered. In days to come, both were forgotten. Like the fool, the wise man too must die. So I hated life, because the work that is done under the sun was grievous to me. All of this is meaningless, a chasing after the wind. I hated all the things I have toiled for under the sun, because I must leave them to the one who comes after me. And who knows whether he will be a wise man or a fool? Yet he will come on control over all the work into which I have poured my effort and skill under the sun. This too is meaningless, so my heart began to despair over all my toilsome labor under the sun. For a man may do his work with wisdom, knowledge, and skill, and then he must leave all he owns to someone else who has not worked for him. This is too much meaningless and a great misfortune. What does a man get for all the toil and anxious serving with which he labors under the sun? All his days his work is pain and grief. Even at night his mind does not rest. This too is meaningless. A man can do nothing better than to eat and drink and find satisfaction in his work. This too, I see, is from the hand of the God, for without him, he who can eat or find enjoyment, to the man who pleases him, God gives wisdom, knowledge, and happiness, but to the sinner he gives the task of gathering the storing up wealth of hand it over to the one who pleases God. This too is meaningless, a chasing after the wind. 3. There is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to uproot, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to tear down and a time to build, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to scatter stone and a time to gather them, a time to embarrass and all the time of refrain, a time to search and a time to give up, a time to keep and a time to throw away, a time to tear and a time to mend, a time to be silent and time to speak, a time to love and time to hate, a time for war and a time for peace. What does the worker gain from his toil? I have seen the burden God has laid on man. He has made everything beautiful in his time. He has also set earthly in the heart of man, yet they cannot fathom what God has done from beginning to end. I know that there is nothing better for man than to be happy and do good while they live, that everyone may eat and drink and find satisfaction in all his toil. This is the gift of God. I know that everything God does will endure forever. Nothing can be added to it and nothing taken from it. God does it so that man will revere him. Whatever is has already been, and what will be has been before, and God will call the past to account. And I saw something else under the sun. In the place of judgment, wickedness was there. In the place of justice, wickedness was there. I thought in my heart, God will bring to judgment both the righteous and the wicked, for there will be a time for every activity, a time for every deed. I also thought, as for man, God tests them so that they may see that they are like the animals. Man's fate is like that of the animals, and the same fate is like that of a waste from both. As one dies, so dies the other. All have the same breath, and has no advantage over the animal. Everything is meaningless. All goes to the same place. All comes from dust, and to the dust all returns. Who knows if the spirit of a man rises upward, and if the spirit of the animal goes down into the earth? So I saw that there is nothing better for a man than to enjoy his work, because that is his lot. For who can bring him to see what will happen after him?